She is pregnant. It is time for a family change because mom and mother-in-law hate each other, and that change was supposed to happen over the weekend.
So yeah, mom and mother-in-law can't even be in the same room with one another. There is nothing to pinpoint it. Like we asked, like what happened? And there is really nothing. They are like oil in vinegar or oil and water.
Definitely water.
That's your dressing.
What's going on today?
That you're going to have later on. We are all really stupid
What's going
today.
on?
I just think we're dumb today. You're actually okay, Bo. It's Kristen and I.
And you're the one that had the longest weekend, which makes zero sense. So they are like oil and water. They just don't mix, okay? So she's pregnant, and they are expecting a baby, and it's the first grandbaby. And her sister-in-law, so her brother's sister, is throwing her a baby shower. And her mom is like, I am not going to go if that woman is there. You need to have a second baby shower just for our family. And she's already seeing this play out. And she's like, I need to set boundaries now. We can't be living these separate lives with our two families because once this baby gets here, we are going to be one big family. So we were tasked with trying to get her mother-in-law and her mother at lunch together. So the mother-in-law had already agreed to do it. So she was talking to her mom to convince her to go to lunch. And it was not easy. She made it difficult. But at the end, she agreed to have lunch in a neutral location, which was her home. And so they could try to come to some kind of understanding where they could be in the same room, they can be respectful, everybody can coexist for the betterment of the baby that's coming into the world.
When it comes to grandma, sometimes is there like a competition for like matriarch status? So even before they meet, like one grandma is going to alpha dog another grandma, even before they get in the same room together?
Well, maybe, but the problem here is this started before they were even married. Like they've had this issue long before she was ever pregnant. So I don't know what the alpha dogging is or why they don't like each other.
But for whatever reason, they can't even be in the same room together, right? So mom was the one that was most anti. Mother-in-law is like, okay, all right, if you know what, maybe it's time for us to sit down. Mom was the one that was really having a tough time with it. All right, Christy, we helped you on Friday. Text your mom. Mom said she was going to go to this meeting between the three of you guys, have a nice little lunch together, even though they hate each other. How did it go?
No, Christy's the girl who did the pigtails. We have to read an email.
Oh, we're reading it.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
What a mess today.
Yes, it's okay.
I got it.
You got it.
The update reads, I apologize for now just getting back to you. My husband and I have been working on the baby's room all weekend, and I am just so exhausted. Well, the meeting was interesting. I honestly almost just called it off because I wasn't in the mood for the drama. I just didn't have the energy for it.
I don't blame you because you're growing a human. That's where all your energy should be going.
I don't really seem to have the energy for anything lately. I probably would have canceled if it hadn't taken up your time and involved you guys. So I went forward with it. My mother showed up about 30 minutes early. She was obviously not in a great mood. She spent the first 30 minutes. She was there just making snarky comments about my mother-in-law. 2 minutes after the time they were both supposed to be there, my mother-in-law hadn't arrived yet. My mom starts making more comments about her always being late. I reminded my mother that my mom-in-law isn't the one that is usually late. I reminded my mom that she was late to my wedding dress fitting, my bridal shower, and our rehearsal dinner. Well, that didn't go over too well, and she got angry. She said if this was going to be an afternoon to gang up on her, she wanted no part of it. That's when I said, never mind, and I asked her to leave. I just didn't want to deal with it. My mother-in-law still came over, and I told her that there had been a change of plans. I said my mom had something unexpected come up and wouldn't be able to make it. I think she could tell I was lying, but was friendly enough to pretend to believe me. We ate the lunch I prepared and just made small talk. Then she took me shopping for some baby items for the nursery. So the day wasn't completely awful. As for now, I'm just going to deal with it. I've got enough going on. If she doesn't come to the baby shower, that will be on her. However, I'm not making myself available for a different shower for her. Anyhow, thanks for the help. Sorry there wasn't a better outcome.
I hate this for her.
Yeah, so do I, but I'm guessing it's not uncommon where you just have to keep people separated all the time in family, which sucks because, you should be able to be in a room for a couple of hours every now and then, Christmas, the holidays, whatever. But I know families that absolutely have to sort of schedule around that kind of tension. So while it does suck, these two are never going to get along.
It doesn't seem like it. But I wonder, and I'm going to put this mojo into the universe, that once that precious little bundle of joy arrives, that everybody will see, this is what matters and this is what's important, and we'll put the petty aside.
That could happen.
I doubt it.
That could absolutely happen. It could.
You would think mom, with her already being pregnant, would be empathetic toward that and make this as easier for her as she possibly could. But
there's that.
She don't care.
That ain't going to happen.
It's unfortunate.
The Bert Show.
Like what you just watched? Well, you can get a lot more of The Bert Show for free on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.